So after seeing Skidamarink, I have a story to talk about before I talk about. I saw Missing right after I saw Skidamarink, but that's not where my story of the day ends. So after like literally the movie Skidamarink or the Skidamarink, I'm not calling it a movie. Skidamarink started at 7:50. The movie like literally ran an hour and 40 fucking minutes, and so Missing started at 10. And so literally there was like 20 minutes of previews, and literally when Skinamarink ended, it was 7:48 or whatever. So I literally went from one theater to the other. That was what the plan was. I went and refilled my popcorn and refilled my soda. I was just so agitated, irritated. I've never, I've never felt so defeated. I forgot to mention when I left the theater, I was so mad. I sat there for a few minutes, got up, and said, "Fuck this movie, fuck this piece of shit," and stormed out. The people in the theater were fucking cracking up. Apparently, they probably agreed to fuck with me. Uh, yeah. So, piece of garbage. I was laughing my ass off. I never shout that in a movie theater. Like, I can't think of any time I've ever done that. So, I've seen a lot of bad movies. Again, so so I go I go to my next movie, which is Missing, and I sit down, and the previews are about to start, and it's like 9:55, and the movie's starting at 10. It's supposed to start, and I thought that's weird. Usually previews don't start until like 10:06 or something like that. Not right before 10 o'clock. I said that's really weird. I was like, whatever. And I thought to myself briefly, I was like, man, the wrong movie. And it wasn't until like about 5 minutes later when I got the trailer for "Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret." that I thought, I think I'm at the wrong movie. And I don't know why it was that it was that trailer that made me think I was at the wrong movie, because I did get that trailer in front of Missing, and so I went outside to look at the auditorium number, and I'm like, fuck, I am at the wrong auditorium. I literally was so pissed off and furious. I didn't even look at what number I was walking in, the auditorium I was walking into. I just walked into the. I don't know what was playing. I don't know. I don't even know what was playing, but it was the theater next to mine, the one I was supposed to be in. So walk into Missing. I'm just just fuming. I'm texting away, writing on my Facebook. I just saw the worst piece of shit, and I was like, well, this movie has a lot going for it. I just saw Skinamarink, so Missing, all Missing has to be is a movie, and I'll give it a positive review. I mean, it's a sequel, standalone sequel to Searching, which was a movie I reviewed back in, I think, what, 2016 it came out? 2017 or 2016 it came out. I reviewed it. I was a big fan of it. It was like, did what it was the same kind of movie that Unfriended movies were trying to be, but a lot better. And I saw that I didn't know that they were making a sequel to Searching until like a few months ago when this trailer popped up, and I'm like, oh, all right. And I was like, I remember like Searching, and I saw the trailer for Missing. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't look as good, but whatever. It's like at least they're trying to bring this concept back, and I'm like, whatever. I've heard of dumber ideas like shooting, putting Skinamarink in a theater. I'm not quit. I gotta quit talking about that goddamn movie. So, um, yeah, I'll say this: Missing is not bad. After having seen and watched Skinamarink, all right, I gotta quit talking about it. After watching what I had just watched, it is a masterpiece compared to saying that it's not that it's okay. It's not a bad movie. It's wacky. It's definitely wacky. I'll get that in a bit. Why it's wacky, but I enjoyed Missing for what it was. I thought it was fun. I had a fun time. I'm not gonna lie, I had a fun time after being in such a bad mood. for the first maybe 20 minutes, it took me a while to get into this movie because I'm still so goddamn mad. So, uh, I'll say this: the movie's not as good as Searching. Not even close as good as Searching. The acting is not bad in the movie. The main girl in the movie, who was, I forget her name. I've seen her and stuff. But the main girl in the movie is not bad in the movie. Like, but she's not John Cho, and like John Cho was in Searching, who was giving a fucking really good performance. Um, my main problem with her character was that she's one of the dumbest fucking main characters I've seen in a movie in a long damn time. Like, literally, this movie could have been solved in like minutes if she wasn't fucking stupid. If she's a millennial who is all obsessed with technology, but she doesn't know basics of technology to the point that her lack of knowledge about that basics of technology kind of hinders the movie because she could have solved this whole fucking problem within minutes. Really, she could have. Like, literally, there's to the point, like, all she would have had to do is watch, like, certain videos that her mom and her boyfriend sent her. Uh, if she would have watched those videos, she would have got some pretty goddamn important information. And, like, when she's trying to find out her mom's email password, she didn't go for one of the most obvious ones of them all. Even I thought was one of the most obvious ones of them all, and it ended up being that. I was like, "What the fuck, woman?" um, God, the character's stupid. She was really stupid in this movie. Like, she's really stupid. Uh, it was nice seeing Nia Long in the movie, even though she's not in much of it because she's the one that's missing. She is in a little bit of it, but it was nice seeing her in something again. It's been a while since I've seen her in something again. My favorite character in the whole movie was Javi. That was my honestly. I could have had a whole movie about that character, and I would have been fine with it. It was my favorite by far, in a way, my favorite character. Uh, he's this guy. Okay, is this a real thing? So apparently, this girl, there's a website she goes like when her parents are away, her mom's away with her boyfriend in Colombia. She throws a big giant party the night before she's supposed to pick him up, and she wakes up and the place is still trashed. And so she goes online, and apparently there's like a maid service, like you just send people your address, and they just come to your house and say, "Please don't rob me," and they pay him money for like a cash app. I'm like, is that a real fucking thing? I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'm that oblivious to fucking the internet. But I was like, so when her mom goes missing, she uses this app, or well, she uses a version of this app that that is in Colombia, and finds this guy Javi who's like uh she could pay like $8 an hour, and she basically tells him that her mom's missing. Can you go from point A to point B to point A to point B? Basically, go around this whole fucking country of Colombia trying to find her mom, trying to find out what happened to her mom, and like ends up becoming like a Dr. Phil esque character. Like he kind of gives her advice and he keeps talking to her. And actually, I liked their relationship. It was kind of fun. I love this Javi character. It has even a nice payoff in this character. I Part of me was worried like because there's like a point in the movie where there's supposed to be a big reveal about somebody behind the scenes of everything that's happening with their mom. Like you're like there's somebody like pulling the strings that caused her mom to go missing, and I'm like, oh man, are they gonna make Javi the fucking villain? Oh, and it's like if they and I thought about it for a few seconds, like that would make no sense if that happened. That would be very convenient that she just found him. But it's like, please don't make Javi. They didn't. As a spoiler, they didn't make him the villain. I was happy they didn't, but I was like, whatever. Also, this movie kind of opens the same way that Searching does, which was kind of interesting. Almost like where she's watching a video of or somebody was watching a video of her as when she was younger and her dad, and you find out for emails that he had a brain cancer, a brain tumor, or something like that. And a character, Nia Long's character, even though don't see her, is kind of like deleting emails or something like that, and yada yada yada, which does become important. Um, but yeah, like this movie has some crazy wild twists like throughout the movie. I'm like, I'm sitting there like I was going along with some of the twists. I'm like, even though they're like some of them were predictable. Like the mom's friend, I was like, seems like she knows more information than she's letting on, and she seems a little suspicious. And then so when she kind of becomes suspicious, like, well, that was not a shock. I thought, okay, is she the villain? But that's not the last twist. I looked at my phone, I'm like, there's still like 50 minutes left. It's like, so she can't be the last twist in this movie. When the movie gets to the light, like the last act, it is revealed what is going on. I think this is like my opinion. Like I'll say this, I thought in the movie Searching, when I saw Searching, I did say a thing. It's been a while since I see, but I haven't watched my review in like since I reviewed it. Um, I remember the movie. I remember the twist in that movie, and I said I liked the twist because I didn't see it coming, and Searching, but I did say yeah, but it's a little. If you sit and think about it for a couple minutes, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Um, well, apparently this movie heard my opinion on that, and probably a lot of people's opinion. I've heard a couple people say that with the twist and Searching, and this movie basically said, "Hold my beer," because, this twist in this one was. I definitely didn't see that coming. I want to hear it. I mean, there's hints at it at the beginning of the movie, especially when you see the Nia Long character deleting emails. There's kind of hints at it, somewhat, but man, I did not see that coming. And at one point, a character goes, the character that is revealed to be the mastermind behind all of this, it says, "I have a lot of explaining to do," and I was like, "You sure as hell do! I want to hear the explanation behind a lot of this shit." And this movie, I'm giving credit, tries to like tie up all loose ends as much as it can. But at the same time, I sat there thinking about 2 seconds, and I said, "Wait a minute, there's a big gap here of logic." There's like, it's hard to talk about because I don't want to spoil it. But let's just say I don't know how a certain character was able to keep all this information from our main characters for so long, so easily, and she not figured this out by now, and not the ruse haven't been given up. I'm like, how did this happen? Like, there's like some big gap of logic here. Like, I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief, but I give it. Like, it was wacky enough. I'm like, all right, movie. It's like, at least it's not like Don't Worry, Darling. Which I didn't hate that movie, but that movie, I think I gave the twist to that movie a little leeway because that twist made no fucking sense when you sit and think about it even for a second. This this makes some sense, but then even if it's hard to fucking talk about. It isn't like Don't Worry, Darling, where it's like the twist makes no sense whatsoever. Um, but yeah, I did like the twist. Like I said, if it wasn't for the twist, I probably would. Having a wacky twist, I probably would have just like, yeah, it's all right. But for the twist alone, it made the last act pretty entertaining. It did make it an entertaining last act because of that. So yeah, I recommend the movie. Um, a lot worse movies to talk about or to go see. I've already talked about one of them. I'm not talking about it anymore. that are out there. But yeah, go see Missing. Not bad. As far as I know, the only movie come out this weekend is Infinity Pool. Uh, from David Cronenberg's son, which I got a trailer for like last week. It looks pretty wacky. Looks comprehensible and looks like an actual movie. So there's the plus. So yeah, that's next week. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.